Today, we're embarking on a really fascinating journey. We're going to explore something you might not immediately think holds deep insights. But honestly, once we start unpacking it, it tells you a surprising amount about craft, design, all sorts of things.
Yeah, how simple elements come together.
Exactly. So our source material today, it's a step-by-step recipe for something called Royal Falooda.
Right. A popular dessert.
Yes. But look, we're not suddenly a cooking show. Not at all. Think of this recipe more like a blueprint.
A set of instructions.
Right, instructions that, when you really look at them, tell us much more than just how to make this thing.
Precisely. And that's our mission today, isn't it? To really dig into this recipe and pull out the key bits of knowledge.
Yeah.
We want to help you understand not just the steps for making Royal Falooda.
Or some, well, unusual elements right at the start.
Like what?
Well, there's this specific thing about sabja basil seeds, apparently.
Ah, yes, the basil seeds.
And how they need preparing way before anything else happens. That, and also this instruction to actually create a design inside the glass with rose syrup before you've even added anything solid.
Right, those first steps.
Yeah. So what do these little initial actions tell us about the, I don't know, the care or the artistry involved in making something special, whether it's this dessert or, anything else?
That's a perfect starting point. And the recipe itself, it gives us a natural path to follow, doesn't it?
It does seem quite sequential.
We'll just move through the ingredients, how they're put together, and sort of see how each component builds up that final royal experience.
Okay, sounds like a plan. So let's start where the recipe starts. It says, soak the basil seeds in water for 10 to 15 minutes. It's framed as the very first thing, a prerequisite almost.
And that's key. This soaking, it's not just about getting them wet, is it? It's more like intentional material transformation.
Transformation, how so?
Well, these seeds, they start tiny and hard, but when you soak them, they absorb water, they swell up, and they get this unique sort of gelatinous coating.
Ah, okay. I think I know the texture you mean.
Exactly. And without that step, that transformation, they just wouldn't give the Falooda its characteristic little pops of texture or even look right.
So it's fundamental.
It really is. It's a great example of how prepping your components properly, changing their state sometimes, is vital for the whole thing to work. Like in engineering, you treat your materials first, right? Same idea.
That makes total sense.
Okay.
So while those seeds are doing their thing, transforming, the recipe moves on. So take a glass, and the very first thing you put in is rose syrup, but you swirl it around the sides to make a design.
Right, the design first.
Yeah, and my first reaction was, why now? Why not just pour it in later? Seems a bit fussy.
It might seem that way, but think about it. This initial design, it's not just about aesthetics, though that's part of it. It taps into this idea of like first impressions.
Okay.
And setting expectations. The visual hits you immediately. It signals, hey, this isn't just some random drink I slopped together.
It's signal special.
Exactly. It sets that royal expectation right from the get-go. It influences how you perceive the whole thing before you even taste it. It's a bit like, say, the design of an app's loading screen. It primes you.
I see. So it's about the feeling, the presentation, right from step one. Okay, got my design glass. What's next in this careful assembly?
What does the recipe say?
It says, so now you add the basil seeds, the ones that soaked, plus boiled faloodasev, vermicelli, basically.
Right, the thin noodles.
Yeah, and jelly cubes. Wow, that's quite a mix of textures right there.
And this is where the real structure starts building. It's a perfect example of, let's call it synergy through layering.
Synergy.
You've got the soft, slippery basil seeds, right? Then the slightly firmer, noodle-like sev. And then the chewy, bouncy jelly cubes. It's not random. It's deliberately put together to give you this complex mouthfeel. Every spoonful is meant to be a bit different. Soft, firm, yielding.
Okay.
Think of it like, I don't know, building software. You have different modules, each doing its own thing, but together they create the full experience.
Hadn't thought of it quite like that. So it's how they interact in that order.
Interesting. Okay, layers are in. Then comes the liquid.
Add carefully down. The do.
Carefully. And cold milk.
Yes. Carefully pour in very cold milk. The recipe really emphasizes carefully and very cold. seems important.
Oh, absolutely. And for two distinct reasons, I think. The carefully part, that's about protecting the layers you just built.
So you don't just mess it all up.
Exactly. You want to keep that visual separation, that textural distinction. Don't just dump it in. And the fondue, the very cold milk that's non-negotiable for temperature contrast.
Right, Falooda is meant to be refreshing.
Totally. That icy cold milk gives you that vital chill against everything else. It wakes up your palate, gets it ready for the next bit. It's like making sure a machine's parts are at the right temperature to work best.
Yeah.
I actually had a Falooda once where the milk was just kind of coolish, not properly cold. It just fell flat, completely missed the point. The cold is part of the experience.
Okay, that really shows how much precision matters, even in something like milk temperature.
Yeah.
So what is next? Feels like we're building to something big.
What's the recipe say for the topping?
It says,
And on top of all that,
yeah.
add 1 or 2 scoops of ice cream.
There it is, the crowning glory. That's what really pushes it into royal territory, wouldn't you say?
Definitely feels decadent. Yeah. The ice cream brings in richness, creaminess, and as it slowly melts into that cold milk and the other bits, it creates an even more luxurious feel. It's the ultimate complementary element, really. It balances the lighter stuff below and adds another layer of temperature, another kind of cold. It's the big finish, like the final scene in a great movie.
Okay, almost there. But one last touch.
The final...
A garnish of dry fruits.
Yeah.
And then your royal Falooda is ready. The final flourish.
And again, that's not just for looks, is it? Those dry fruits, they add another distinct texture, a crunch.
Right, a contrast.
Exactly, a contrast to all the softness and creaminess.
That was quite a journey through just one recipe.
It really was.
We started with those unique basil seeds, needing that prep time to transform. Then the artistic rose syrup swirl, setting the visual stage.
Setting expectations.
Then carefully layering the Sev and jelly for that textural mix. Pouring in the very cold milk carefully to keep it all defined and add that chill.
Don't forget the ice cream.
Can't forget the ice cream, the rich, crowning glory. And finally, that little crunch of dry fruits to finish it off.
And what's really striking when you lay it all out like that is how none of it feels accidental.
No, it really doesn't.
The specific order, the layering, it's a very deliberate construction, isn't it?
Yeah.
Building texture, temperature, flavor, step by step. Each element has a clear job to do.
Yeah.
It really highlights the thoughtfulness that can go into these, traditional food practices. It shows that even a dessert can be, in its own way, a carefully engineered system.
Engineered sensory experience,
It's
almost.
a great way to put it, yeah.
Which kind of leads to a bigger thought, doesn't it? Beyond just this Falooda.
How so?
Well, think about this process. Carefully taking simple, distinct ingredients and combining them in a specific way, a specific order, to create something harmonious, something satisfying.
Okay.
How does that principle show up elsewhere? In other crafts, maybe even in things like problem solving.
I see where you're going. The art of combination.
Exactly. What is this recipe, this layering technique? Tell us about the art of creation more broadly, whether you're in a kitchen or working on a canvas or maybe developing a strategy.
Building something whole from individual parts.
Yeah. What insights could you, the listener, maybe take from this layered approach into whatever you're working on? Something to think about.